Hi guys, so I've got a quick disclaimer for you before we get started. My computer last week died, as in the motherboard completely fried, and I cannot use the computer anymore. I have a computer right now, but transferring worlds over had a bit of an issue, so we've lost the last 4 episodes of built content. I've got a couple of different solutions working on that, but we'll see what happens. I'll let you know as we go along. Enjoy the... Hey guys, and welcome back. So, in the last episode, we built a sort of a baker's house, nice brick style, and you guys seem to really like that. So, I'm really glad. Please be sure to continue liking and enjoying our videos here. And if you, of course, have a friend who might be interested, feel free to share it along to them. I hope they enjoy. Anyway, today we're going to be joined by a special friend of mine, also a longtime viewer on the channel, pretty much since the beginning. Isaac, if you'd like to introduce yourself.
Yes, hello. Hello, everyone.
Alright, so today we are going to be building a large ship. So I mentioned that in a previous video, if I remember correctly. Really large, like 3-masted ship coming out of the entrance, or coming into, we haven't quite decided yet, this entrance to the bay here. Since we lost a lot of the last 4 videos of content, that's another reason we're not building in the main town like that we started a little bit ago, like we would normally. Hopefully we can get that world back. That was some whole bunch of different computer problems I'll not really get into right now, but we're going to be building this here, and hopefully I'll be able to replicate it over if I can get the original world back. But I really hope you guys enjoy, and we're going to get started. So Isaac and I are going to design a layout here on the surface and get back to you in just a minute. Alright, and we're back. So we've got an overall shape for the ship here. Sort of a tapering point here on the back, and then a rounded end here as well. Much larger of a ship than we built in, I believe it was episode either 9 or 10. Regardless, you guys know what I'm talking about if you've seen the previous episodes. If not, go check them out. They're pretty fantastic. Lost the builds, but we might be able to get them back sometime soon. Alright, so we're going to go in, we're going to build the rest of the ship. We're going to go up, we're going to have one deck here at about, where the windows are at about just above water level. We'll have a deck underneath the water, and then we'll have the surface level deck above that in the cabin. So we're going to go build the basics of that. Nothing too fancy, just the basics. And we'll get back to you here in just a minute. Alright, and we're back. So, we've gone and designed a pretty complicated hull. I think it looks pretty fantastic, especially from the outside here. World's glitching a little bit. I'm not entirely sure why, but if you notice that, that's why. We've got a couple of ports here. Not a whole lot, but just some. We are either going to put rooms on one side or cannons. We'll see. Underneath, you can sort of see the design we went with. Something pretty sleek, but as robust as it needs to float a larger ship. But we're going to go in, we're going to put in the decks and build the top layer and get back to you in just a minute. Alright, and we're back. So, we have gone and added a deck, the masts, and I think it's looking pretty fantastic so far. So, we've started working on a little bit of the detail work. We've got some cannon styles that we like a little bit. We'll take you down there so you can see them. Little tricky to get in. There we go. Typical ships don't have really high ceilings, so we felt like we could continue with that and, you know. But this is our cannon design we're sticking with for now. If we come up with something else, we'll add it in, but I think this looks pretty good. And this is the space so far. So you can see sort of light creaking through cracks in the walls and it's an older galleon, and then you've got all the masts come through structurally all the way down into the base layer down here, which we'll put some storage down in later. But we are going to continue and do the detail work and start working on the masts. We'll do the basic detail work and structural stuff for this mast and sails. We'll get back to you, and then we'll do the final section at the end. But I'll see you in just a minute. Alright guys, and we're back. So, we've done a lot of work here, done some fantastic stuff. Added lots of nice detailing here. We got the crow's nest, more rigging. Actually, I'm not entirely sure how much you've seen, but there's a whole lot going on here. We got some crew on the decks, and we're starting to work on the interiors as well. Isaac, if you'd like to give us the tour of the interiors.
Sure thing. Right inside of here, we have a few chests and barrels and some good placements of some lighting. I haven't given this guy any armor yet, but I got a nice round staircase down to this lower deck where we have a little bit of a headway here, so watch your head, and some cannons with some crew on them with some barrels for all the gunpowder, and a bunch of hectic storage which this guy is trying to frantically organize.
Fantastic. Thank you for that. And we do have some additional storage down here for some more stuff they're trying to ship around. And this is, of course, the way you get stuff down here. But we are going to go ahead and do the final detailing for the ship in this next segment. And that's going to include the sails and hopefully a little bit more details and possibly even some texturing. There's not a whole lot of texturing we're planning on doing with this ship. It's a pretty new ship. It's a big ship. So there's not a whole lot that's gone on with this ship. So we'll get back to you here in just a minute with that for the final section. Alright, and we're back for our final section here, and just look at that fantastic ship. Really glad we were able to build this here today, and thank you so much to Isaac for joining us. Let's take a quick tour here before we end off. And do remember to please like and subscribe and share off with all of your friends. Isaac, would you like to give us a quick tour here?
Sure thing. Since the last time that we were on camera, we built this beautiful dragon as a frontal piece to the ship to make it whole and add a little bit of personality. And we installed some giant mast. Well, the masts were constructed, but some giant sails as the ship pulls into the harbor with some ladders for ease of access. And we have a fully functioning crew now working around. I think we had that before, didn't we?
I think so, yeah.
But just added in a little bit more patchwork on the detailing. And downstairs we added in some cots for the crew to sleep in.
Yeah, so we actually have some more cots back there as well. So I think we've got more cots back there. We increased the storage. We added some powders coming out of these barrels for the cannons. I think we also added the flags, if I remember right.
Yes, the blue and yellow flags up at the top.
For sure. So, that's pretty much it for today's episode. Thank you again so much to Isaac for joining us here today. Again, I'm going to quickly remind you, please do like, comment, subscribe, everything. It really does help motivate me to continue making these videos. They do take a lot of time and work, and as much as I enjoy making them, and I know you guys are enjoying them, but when you let me know, it really brings a lot of energy. Again, we will be making more of these videos as we continue forward. And hopefully sometime soon we're able to get the last couple videos of content back onto this world, since the computer death I had. But anyway, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.